Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Political Vigilante Game Show. I'm your host, Graham Elwood. How's my game show host voice sounding? Does it sound TV ready? Does it sound polished and pure and fun? Let us hope so, citizens of Gotham. We have a fantastic show for you this evening. I'm going to bring our trusty co-host out in a second, Rod Placone, and then we're going to it's going to be cash and prizes as Lee Camp and Eleanor Goldfield go head-to-head in a political contest of wits. So please hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Share this out on your social media. Welcome to the show. Kate is our moderator in the chat. She will also be keeping track of the score. It's a little after 6 o'clock on the West Coast, a little after 9 on the East Coast. We are also streaming live on rockfin.com. Hello, everybody on Rockfin. So thank you for watching. Doc Terminus, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. Doc, thank you for tipping the show. My favorite show. Thanks, Graham. Thank you guys so much for supporting what we're doing. So obviously we're still demonetized by the good people at the CIA and YouTube and Google. So we cannot accept any super chat money at all. So if you like what we're doing, go over to rockfin.com/Graham Elwood and you can tip during the live stream. I might even answer some of those when the game show's over. And of course, you can support the show at PayPal and Venmo, which are scrolling below. And we've got the PV merch. The Political Vigilante merchandise is now available at GrahamElwood.com. Another great way to support our program. Let's bring on our amazing co-host. Let me take down the show starts banner. There we go. Let's bring on our co-host from Get Your News On with Ron, firmly in the back pocket of Big Cat. Here's Ron Placone, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, Graham. What's up, buddy?
Not much, Ron. How are you doing tonight?
I'm wonderful. Just ready to make fun and games out of the world ending like we do.
It's the best game show for the apocalypse that you can find anywhere on TV, film, or the interweb.
Exactly. Doing what we can.
But I'm pretty sure that Biden press conference today was exciting, right?
Well, you know what it is. That's a stutter. Stop making fun of him. That's a stutter. That's not a stutter. That has nothing to do with a stutter. His brain is mush. It has nothing to do with a stutter.
They should just put a countdown clock to Harris becoming president in the corner anytime he speaks. Right? Just like it's a matter of time before we swear in Kamala Harris, ladies and gentlemen.
I just picture her standing in the back, like just kind of laughing, doing that weird dance that she has, just counting the minutes. Although he was recently saying he's gonna run again.
Where, up the stairs of Air Force One?
He's gonna do push-ups on him.
Oh, great.
He falls, so then he just does the push-ups.
Okay. Listen, Fat. Joe Biden is not going to finish his first term. It's not going to happen.
I think he's just going to make it. I think he's barely going to make it. I think he's going to make it through the first term. And then he's like, I don't even know how I got this far. I mean, that moment where he fell up the stairs 3 times was such a metaphor for his entire career. Just falling down, but then somehow getting to be president anyway. Just can't even just walk up the stairs. Nope, can't pull that off. But now you're president now because the system's great.
I think the over-under on him is got to be about 17 months, and I'm betting the under in terms of him. There's no way.
But dude, occasionally they give him whatever. I don't know if it's Adderall or what it is, but occasionally he'll be kind of with it, sort of. And I think they're going to be able to give him whatever that is for 4 years, and then he's not going to run for re-election. I think he's going to just squeak through it.
I think, Ron, and you're not going to get this reference, but you're like James Garner in The Notebook.
Yeah, I have no idea what that means. I mean, I know The Notebook's a movie.
Yeah, it's a movie. It is a movie. Way to go! So you're already halfway there, Ron. This is an informal episode of You Should Know This.
Yeah, no kidding.
And we're going to use it. We were going to do it at the beginning of the show, but since Lee and Eleanor are on the East Coast and it's late for them, we'll do this at the end. And that's why we started an hour early, ladies and gentlemen. Usually we start at 7 o'clock Pacific, but that's like 4 a.m. I don't do numbers. I don't deal with time zones a lot.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere, Graham.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. But in The Notebook, James Garner reads to his wife who has dementia just for this one moment where she remembers him. And I think if you watch the movie, this reference will be, people in the chat are loving this reference, but you don't get it, Ron.
Yeah, no, it's a killer freaking reference. It's a killer reference. I've not seen The Notebook. That's a romantic movie, right?
Yeah, it's not a rom-com.
It's not a rom-com. It's a saddie sad. It's a sad rom.
It's a rom sad. It's a rom sad.
That's the official. Yeah, it's a rom sad. Is that what they call them? Really? That's a thing?
Sure, Ron.
Well, it might be. I don't remember reading about that in Comedy Film Nerds, but I know there are other movie books in existence.
I just want you to start saying it like it's a real thing and not know that no one's ever said it before. So I just want everyone just start saying it's a rom sad to Ron and say that straight face so he believes it's a real thing.
I would have believed you. I would have been like, hey, I have a rom sad to pitch. And they would be like, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't think you should be in Hollywood anymore. You have issues. What the hell's a rom sad?
I got a great sizzle reel for my rom sad. And I think it's going to sell. Our rom sads and turnaround.
Rom sad is the new guitar that I just got. It's a Fender rom sad, and I freaking love it, dude. It's just the fretboard, man. It's so easy to play. It feels great.
It's great. I love it. I love the sound of a rom sad,
dude. You know? They really hum, man. I mean, a rom sad, you can just you can do a lot with a little, and it's the type of guitar, man. You can drop it off a 3rd-story building, and it'll be ready to go the next night. Not that you should do that, but it's that kind of an axe, dude. It's road tested, those rom sads.
So it's like a Glock. Kent Glocks you can drop off a building and they're still able to shoot people.
Yeah, and
maybe should make a gun reference this week. We'll just hold off. There'll be another shooting next week. So that's back to normal in America. A mass shooting every week, and then we get to watch Republicans paid by the NRA to say, well, what we really need is blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Well, and of course, there's the guy who was just having a bad day. Don't you love it when we have a mass shooter and the police and the media make a dating profile for the guy? These were his hobbies. He was just having a bad day. He was just having a rough day. We offered to take him to Burger King, like what we did for the one guy. Poor guy, just having a bad day.
Jacob Blake all he did was walk away from the police, and they shot him 7 times. And an active shooter, they got to take him down peacefully. It's okay. Anyway, speaking of that, this is the let's introduce our contestants for tonight's Political Vigilante game show. Ron, tell us who our contestants are.
Our contestants, we have 2 amazing guests tonight. Our first guest, he is the host of the television show Redacted Tonight. He is a brilliant comedian who tours all over the world. Please welcome Mr. Lee Camp.
Well, they're on the same camera, so introduce them both at the same time.
You didn't tell me that part. Can't one of them duck? All right, in our second, no, I can't see them. Only you can see everybody. Yeah.
As you're the
StreamYard host. I can't see everyone.
I can see everything, Ron.
Dude, I know. You're the StreamYard. You're the StreamYard. I was trying to find something that starts with an S. The StreamYard Sensei. That's you. You're the StreamYard Sensei. Yes. All right. Well, Lee Camp's the first contestant, and the second contestant in the same room with the first. She is a brilliant filmmaker, a musician, a poet, and a journalist. Please welcome Eleanor Goldfield and Lee Camp. He's there too.
Oh wow, that's a tight. No. Here's what we got to do.
Oh no. There we go.
There it is.
There it is.
We did it.
I just wanna thank you for the best introduction I've ever had.
The intro was amazing.
Good to see y'all.
By the way, fun fact, Ramsad was also a pathetic 4-year period in America's past when Rahm Emanuel was chief of staff.
Yes. We got to get the hashtag going. Hashtag Ramsad. Everybody watching who has it, who does the Twitters.
It was a diagnosable national depression. Ramsad.
And then it went to a cute localized Ramsad when he became governor or mayor of Chicago. That was really hard to watch. Well, welcome to the Political Vigilante Game Show. Eleanor, I don't think I've ever met you.
Yep.
I was thinking it's so weird that I asked her if she'd ever chatted with you because it's weird that we did.
I kind of feel like I have though, because I hear you in the background when y'all are doing your show. So I kind of feel like I know you already.
Yes, it's just every week hearing me go, God, Lee, I love this show, but man, am I depressed. Oh, I can't handle this anymore.
Yeah, because that's just coming from me, considering our intro was about how many mass shootings we have. But
just welcome. Well, there's a battle with LAPD as they're clearing out homeless people from Echo Park. Here's our next contestant, ladies and gentlemen.
Are you ready for some fun?
Another puppy died today. And now, Eleanor and Lee. So, Eleanor, you're a filmmaker. Tell us about your most recent movie.
It's actually also my first film. It's called.
Tell them about all of them then. Give us the whole swath of films.
Go through the discography.
It's called Hard Road of Hope, and it's about West Virginia and the radical history there, and how folks are fighting both fracking and coal there. And it's not as depressing as it sounds. There's like a little like whoop of a high note that you leave with, so it's not all just holy fuck, we're all gonna die soon. There's a nice little that's
true. There's some success in the wars waged against big coal and big oil.
And fun little tidbit here. Did you know that the word redneck actually comes from a very radical history where mine workers tied red bandanas around their necks and marched together and shot at coal barons to win some basic labor rights? So that's fun. So you should actually be, you should call yourself a proud redneck, because that's actually a totally radical term.
Ooh,
I didn't know that.
Amazing. That's a great piece of history. Now this is kind of like a Ramsad doc.
I think that question should be in the next game show.
What is a Ramsad doc?
No,
we just accept any answer.
Let's figure that. Let's weave that into
the redneck thing. Oh yeah. Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was because of if you're like working outside farming or whatever, if you're bending over a lot, your neck gets sunburned. That's what I thought.
That is a legend, a myth.
I thought it was because as a Southerner, we sleep with our cousins.
Well, speak for yourself there on that one.
And that's the theme of Lee's new movie. All right, well, let's get into the game. So here's how the game goes, Eleanor and Lee. So I will ask a question in a category. First one of you to raise your hand. Ronald, I'll be looking at the question. So Ron will say, whoever raises their hand first, you get to answer that question. And then we'll do, we definitely have like, who said this, Democrat or Republican? And if you guess it correct, you then can get a bonus point by naming the actual person that said it. If you get it wrong, the other person has a chance to get a point by naming the actual person that said it. And there's a couple categories where there's chances to pick up bonus points. It's basically, in game show parlance, it creates a good horse race. So what sells a lot of game show in this is that leads are won and lost, and it's a crazy up and down contest as we go into a commercial break. That's how game shows are done.
Where's the part where we strip?
That's the part where I leave to go get more wine. That's when that is.
I'm not going to judge your guys' lifestyle choices. So however you want to play this, you do whatever you want to do. I've already been demonetized. I don't think Rockfin cares. So you guys do whatever you want to do.
As long as I can see which one is raising their hand first, we're good. That's all
I
we need.
really
Do
don't.
we have to raise our hand?
Okay.
Raise something from your body that can be raised. We will accept
That puts him at an unfair advantage, though.
I have an answer for that, but I'm not going to cross that line. So we're going to move on to the first category, ladies and gentlemen. Let's break this up on my big board. We have. I'm looking at the.
By the way, if we could get a lot of like 80s, 90s pop culture questions, that'd be great, because until 2 years ago, Eleanor hadn't heard of the Mario Brothers. So
Wait, what? How is
I
that
didn't
possible?
play video games as a kid.
I tried to explain you don't have to play video games to know of the Mario Brothers.
But then
There were some brilliant movies, Eleanor. Some brilliant movies.
I would just like to point out that I get producer credit for one of his jokes, which is, what the fuck is their last name?
It's true. What the fuck is their last name?
Apparently, no one who played the game ever asked that question. And when I asked him, he was totally flabbergasted. I'd never thought of it.
Oh, see, this is why you got to bring a non-gamer in to look at things and come up with solutions like that. Like, maybe there's some sort of long form birth certificate that the Mario Brothers need to do.
Long form, yeah.
Or are they just like Madonna, where it's just like the one name?
Yes.
But then you wouldn't call them the Mario Brothers, because then that's mean to Luigi. Why aren't they the Luigi Brothers?
Well, at one point in the late 90s, Luigi changed his name to an unpronounceable symbol.
That's
It was
true.
Weird,
That's
it was a
true.
weird time.
I remember that.
Because he was trying to get out of his contract.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then didn't he go into rehab? I forget. Which one?
That was Mario. That was
A
Mario.
lot for it was rehab for red sauce, right?
Yep. Rehab for red sauce.
Yep.
All right. Let's get into our game show, ladies and gentlemen. Kate, our moderator, get our scores ready. I hope she's in the chat. Let me just make sure. Kate, are you in the chat?
Kate had enough of this. She was out.
I haven't heard one question yet.
No.
All right. So the plumber, formerly known as Luigi, somebody just put in the chat. Fantastic. Fantastic. All right. Let us go to the first question. Now, this category is who said this, Democrat or Republican, and it can be it's either a Democrat or Republican president, candidate, or like significant member of the party in the cabinet, Speaker of the House, something like that. It's not just some random. It's not just some random thing.
We call those no names. It's not just a random no name. Red shirt. It's not just a red shirt.
I just got a text from my Kate going, I thought you said 7, to which this is why I like texting. I just wrote scroll up because that's where it said 6 o'clock. Anyway, we're going to go on with the game shows anyway, folks. Kate would be in there in a second. All right. So any questions?
So we just raise a hand if we got it.
I will read the question. Yeah. And then first one of you to raise the hand answers, and then we will go.
Can
from
the
there.
hand go up before the question's done?
Ron, what do you think? We've never really gotten down to the nitty gritty on that one. What do you think?
Yeah, we've never had to cross that bridge before.
Okay. Okay.
I'll allow it. I don't see why not.
All right. Ron has now allowed it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like why? Yeah, I mean, if you're just like, I know this quote or whatever.
All right. Now I know you haven't had two people in the same room before. Is punching allowed?
Again,
Graham,
whatever
I don't know.
you guys are into, I really am not going to judge it. As long as gameplay is exciting and legitimate trying to legitimately answer the questions. I really don't care whatever BDSM or whatever you guys are into. Just know that if your safe word is also one of the answers, I will have to accept that. All right.
I mean, you would never want to have a safe word that's like Nancy Pelosi, because I feel like that's going to ruin everything.
Oh my God. Wow. Just throw ice on my boner if you ever see that in the middle of whatever. Just, let's get busy. Nancy Pelosi. Oh.
I mean, I guess
unhear that.
That would bring things to a stop, I guess.
Oh.
Yeah. It's just be like, ooh.
There's not enough lube in the world.
Which I think is one of our sponsors tonight. So, let's. All right.
Is your sex life a little Pelosi?
Oh.
Try this lube.
Oh.
She's the sponsor for it? Oh my God.
He's not the sponsor.
I think Nancy Pelosi should.
Pelosi's low seed. Your seed is low.
Okay.
All right. Not the direction I thought this episode was going to go, ladies and gentlemen. But let's get into our first category. Who said this, Democrat or Republican? Okay. No matter who you are or what you look like, how you started off, or how and who you love, America is a place where you can write your own destiny.
Lee.
I'm going to go Democrat.
Lee Camp, you're on the board with 1 point. Congratulations.
Because Republicans hate when people love people.
I was going to say that.
No. But so do Democrats.
Lee Camp, a chance to get an additional point. Who said that? If you get this wrong, Eleanor will have a chance to steal a point and tie the contest. Lee Camp, which Democrat said that?
Obama.
Lee Camp, you have a 2-point lead. That is correct.
Whoa, man.
Because he's more full of shit than most of them.
So that now makes the score Lee 2, Eleanor 0. But you see how quickly, Eleanor, you could get back in, take the lead. It's exciting. This is what keeps people going. We've had people jump out to early leads and then get crushed.
Oh, Kate has shown up.
Kate is in the chat, ladies and gentlemen.
Kate is on the board with 1 point.
Congratulations, Kate, for making it to the chat. Our next question, who said this, Democrat or Republican? I just want you to know that when we talk about war, we're really talking about peace.
Eleanor.
Democrat.
That is incorrect.
Wow.
So, Lee Camp.
I'm going to say Republican.
Well, that's already been done, but thank you so much, Lee Camp. To try to extend your lead to 3-0, which Republican said that?
Oh, God. Dick Cheney.
That is incorrect. Eleanor, a chance to regain a point. Which Republican said that?
God. Colin Powell.
Oh, that is both incorrect. Ron Placone, tell our audience and contestants which fine Republican said that piece of maddening hyperbole.
you both were nearby, but not quite there. It was George W.
Really?
Oh, I almost said W.
George W. That's a W. Yep.
Huh.
The big W.
It sounds too eloquent for him.
Hold on, but since Dick Cheney probably wrote that line, shouldn't I get a half a point?
Yes, I think because he had his hand up George W.'s ass.
Yeah. The case can be made.
So no points on that round. Nobody gets a point. So the score stays Lee 2, Eleanor 0. Anything can happen in these next rounds. We usually play till for about an hour until it gets really close and try to make it come down to one question. That's just basically how we do it.
And so if it's not close to an hour, we'll go for 2 hours.
Yeah, well, then we're just going to go on forever. Then we're just going to just make it a telethon.
It'll be like those hockey games that like just keep having overtimes. Like, all right, we're taking a break. Everyone gets a meal. What's your favorite food? We'll be back in 45 minutes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, next question on the Political Vigilante Game Show. If you're watching this, please hit the like button, subscribe on Stalitude, and follow us at rockfin.com/Graham Elwood. Support our program so we can keep bringing fine game show programming such as this. Who said this? Democrat or Republican? In crucial things, unity. In important things, diversity. In all things, generosity.
Sounds like a Red Cross slogan.
Lee.
I figure I got a 50-50 shot here.
That's what I thought.
Republican.
Lee Camp, congratulations. That is correct.
God damn it.
Lee has a lead 3-0 to extend his lead. Which Republican said that?
In all things, generosity. Oh, what a load of shit. Reagan.
That is incorrect. Eleanor, a chance to get on the board. Which Republican? I will repeat the phrase.
Yeah.
In crucial things, unity. In important things, diversity. In all things, generosity. Eleanor, which Republican said this?
John McCain.
That is incorrect. Ron Placone, tell us who said that.
Read my lips. It was George H.W. Bush.
HW, man.
HW.
I like a lot of these. I'm saying it's a lot of presidential quotes.
Okay.
So just to give you guys that little, it could be a presidential candidate. It could be someone that was in like the cabinet or Speaker of the House, but it leans presidential. I'll give you that.
Okay.
I'll give you that.
Okay.
Our next question still what? So now wait, Lee got a point there, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kate's she's left again. She's done. So
it's now Lee 3, Eleanor 0. All right. Somebody asked, how many years do these quotes go back? As long as the fine United States has been in operation.
Well, yes, but then it gets confusing because the parties have kind of switched.
It's true.
It's mainly in the last 50, 60 years, I would say.
We haven't done anything crazy yet.
Yeah, is it? I was gonna say wigs.
We're gonna have at some point we're gonna have Republican Democrat quotes when they were literally one party, and then it's like whoever raises their hand first just gets the point.
All right, next question. Lee has the lead 3-0, but anything can happen here on the Political Vigilante Game Show.
When's the round where nothing can happen?
The most boring game show ever. In this next round, not much happens. All right. Who said this, Democrat or Republican? I do not mistrust the future. I do not fear what is ahead, for our problems are large, but our heart is larger.
Oh, that sounds familiar. Republican.
So I'm sorry, Ron. Who raised their hand?
I'm going with Republican.
Lee.
Okay, Lee raised his hand. Lee is going with Republican. Lee, you just got yourself another point.
So
who said that?
It sounds a little like George W. Bush.
Is that your final answer?
Final answer.
Lee Camp. That is incorrect.
God, you're gonna have to find new ways to say incorrect.
You either just stall the delivery or speed it up. That is incorrect. him with an eyebrow up. Eleanor, to get a point, get on the board. Which Republican said that?
Okay.
Go like Reagan. Because we've already got.
I know they've already done the
HW.
Bushes, but they might go to the well more than once.
True.
But okay, I'll go with Reagan.
Should have gone with your first instinct. It was George H.W. Bush who said that.
Damn it!
See, Lee has to be my assist on this because I literally know almost nothing that presidents say because I don't listen to them. if you throw in like an Ella Joe Baker quote, I'll be there. Or like a Malcolm X or like Emma Goldman or some shit. I am all over it. But like I have no idea what the Bushes have said.
I mean, I think a future category could be people actually worth listening to. And then we have quotes.
There you go.
There we go. Then we have quotes from actual awesome people.
I love that.
There we go. Well, also, I find it very offensive and patriarchal that you've only asked about men. Even though they've kind of been the presidents.
Yeah, it is.
The numbers are skewed. The numbers are skewed. But no, I like that. Shit you weren't taught in school. That's a future category.
That's the category, Ron.
Shit you weren't. This is shit you should have read in school that you for sure did not. Unless you had a really cool professor at some point in college.
Right.
Okay. All right. Lee has to lead 4-0.
I feel, judging by the mischievous way Graham's laughing, I'm afraid green stuff's about to drop on our head. Like, now we unleash the slime.
You're going down the tube. Woo! I installed a trapdoor in your new apartment just for this video. All right, next question. Who said this? Democrat or Republican? I did not have sexual relations with
Eleanor.
Democrat.
Eleanor, congratulations. You're on the board with 1 point.
Damn it.
To get a bonus point, Eleanor, which Democrat said that?
I believe
Bush.
that was
Bush.
I believe that was Bill Clinton.
I believe you just doubled your points to 2. Congratulations.
This shit is rigged.
I got the one that even my Swedish grandmother could have gotten. But that's cool.
The show.
Hold on. I would argue that many of those presidents have probably said that, just not all on television.
Yes, that's absolutely correct. They've all said it. It's just they weren't under subpoena. They didn't say it to the grand jury.
So she got the first. I mean, we would have accepted any name for that. But.
You just said anybody. William McKinley. Sure, probably. All right. Lee 4, Eleanor 2. See? Lee had a commanding 4-point lead, cut in half.
Graham, it's almost like anything can happen.
Lee, as I look at the scoreboard, Ron, could you tell us could anything happen, Ron?
Anything could happen. I mean, Eleanor could tie it up on this next question. The Political Vigilante game show, it really is the ROMSAD of game shows where anything goes, anything can happen. It's anyone's game. And the match is still young, Graham.
Oh.
I got to tell you, I am glad to be here.
Ron, thank you so much for those game show cliches. We always go to Ron for obvious answers. Ron, what happens if somebody gets more points than the other person?
If somebody gets more points than the other person, Graham, they are declared the victor for the evening. And wait a second. We need to pick people from the chat for them to play for.
Oh shit.
We didn't do that.
Wow, that's right. Sorry, everybody.
We were so hyped on the introduction that we forgot to do the thing.
The rules are pretty complex, so I can understand why you guys got behind.
Yeah, it's really, we have a very, very strict set of rules that are enforced by the game show hierarchy. So I'll just take the first two people that
Eleanor is using her phone a friend to go get some more wine.
She's gonna be like looking up quote websites and stuff.
That's exactly what she's gonna
Next
do.
question. How many sheets to the wind is Lee right now?
How drunk did these two have to get to stay up past 9 on a school night? To do this show?
Graham knows I run a tight ship here. My bedtime is 8:30, okay?
I actually think playing this game sober is not that common. I mean, I think that's only happened once so far.
It's not that common.
Yeah, it's not very. I think only 1 week have we had sober contestants, I think. Right? Is that right?
Yeah, that would be Karen and Rosie were sober, but Jimmy and
were
Steph
sober.
Absolutely not. They were absolutely
Jimmy and
not.
Steph were super not sober.
I have never seen Jimmy sober, so
yeah, they were beautiful. All right, so I'm just going to take the first two people that tipped in the Rockfin chat. So Doc Terminus and Bill Nye, the highest guy. So who do you want to play for who? Ron?
Okay, so well, who are the contestants again?
Doc Terminus and Bill Nye, the highest guy.
Doc Terminus will go to Eleanor. Bill Nye, the highest guy, will go to Lee.
Congratulations. That's who you're playing for. I'm glad we got that sorted out. Good thing I didn't do it ahead of time. All right. All right, let's do. All right, here we go. Lee's lead has been cut in half. And as Ron pointed out, anything can happen. It's so exciting.
I kind of feel like that kid that gets like a medal for showing up. You know, you're like, Eleanor's still in the game. No, really, you'll still get a trophy. It's fine.
Everybody gets cake, no matter what. You're all winners.
I remember when I was on swim team, I got the most improved award, which could really be called the sucked the most at the beginning award.
I got that in popcorn and football, most improved. Like, oh wow. And I was like, I just got a trophy, but it was my first sports trophy, I think. It was exciting. All right. Next question. Who said this, Republican or Democrat? Honey, I forgot to duck.
That was inappropriate what I was thinking.
Is that a hand raised?
No, I was gonna say JFK, but that's not.
Oh, oh, wow!
It's too soon. It's too soon.
Just commit, Eleanor. It's too. Come on, just.
I mean, wow. I've already lost my monetization because Lee and I talking about JFK. So I don't think it matters at this point.
I was going to say George W. Bush, but he actually did duck the shoe.
Somebody raise your hand. Lee.
Honey, I forgot to duck. Republican.
Lee Camp. That is correct.
Oh.
Which Republican said that?
Gerald Ford.
When Squeaky Frome tried to shoot him.
Yeah. Reagan.
Well, no. Well, you can't keep guessing. You just keep rattling them off till I say that's right. So Gerald Ford was your first answer. I'm going to have to accept that as he was a president, but that is incorrect. So Eleanor, which Republican said, honey, I forgot to duck?
Nixon?
I forgot to duck the charges.
No, but Lee was onto something because Gerald Ford was shot at by Squeaky Frome. You suggested JFK, who was murdered. So Ron, tell everybody.
Reagan was shot, right?
Yes,
it
he
was
was.
Reagan. It was Reagan who said that.
Ah.
Yeah.
He said that to Nancy after surviving the assassination attempt by John Hinckley Jr.
Yeah.
Congratulations. We talked about a lot of murdered people. Kate, thank you for putting the board. Lee 5, Eleanor 2. Lee's extending his lead again. But you know what? Just dawned on me. Anything can happen. Ron, is that correct?
Anything could happen, Graham. It's still anyone's game here. It's still there's still a lot of momentum. The momentum could switch at any time, and the match is still young.
I love good sports cliches.
Yeah, sports
Ron's a
idioms.
good color man.
Yeah.
It's a football night in Chicago, Graham.
I mean, what's important is really that we leave it all on the field. I think
and just God willing, we'll be there come playoffs.
Yeah,
it's important they don't take this to the locker room with them. Important. I've never understood what that meant exactly. Like, I was like, does that mean that they don't? Do they not talk about the game and strategize? Is that what they mean? But I don't understand what that means. But
I think it means they don't cry. They don't cry while they're in the locker room.
All right. Okay. I mean, yeah, that makes sense to me.
All right. So Eleanor,
or maybe they're talking about the ball. You're not allowed to go to the locker room with the ball.
You can't steal the ball. That's what it is. Yeah, they're worried they're gonna just take equipment or something. All right. I'm glad we got to the bottom of this.
Yeah, leave the ball in the field, guys. They got to use it for the next game.
Hey, Gronkowski has a bleacher he's carrying with him. That's not allowed.
Hey, don't bring that in the locker room, Gronk. Okay, there's no room. There's a COVID thing we can't work through.
Yeah, new COVID rules. Can't bring bleachers.
Let's go to name that dictator.
Oh. Obama.
I was gonna say Macron, but
all right. For Joe Biden, this is a multiple choice question. I will read the question and the multiple choice answers. First person to raise their hand. If they get it correct, wrong. The other person has a chance to pick up that point. For Joe Biden, President My Boss is A, code that he wet himself, B, Barack Obama, C, his nickname for Jill, D, his imaginary friend as a kid.
Lee.
Going with Jill.
Lee Camp, that is incorrect.
He calls her his brain.
For Joe Biden, President My Boss is, the remaining answers are code that he wet himself, Barack Obama, his imaginary friend as a kid.
I want that to be it, but I'm gonna say Obama.
Congratulations, you just got another point. It is 5-3.
Damn it.
The most obvious answers are the correct ones here in the Political Vigilante Game Show.
Of all the anythings that could happen, that was the one I didn't want.
So many anythings were perceived, but not that anything, leading us to the conclusion that Ron,
Eleanor gets a point, and now it is a 2-point game. Eleanor's leaving it all out on the field, Graham.
she really is. She's it's just amazing. Lead 5.
That halftime wine made all the difference.
It did.
A noticeable comeback since the other glass of wine. All right.
Wine, in vino veritas, in wine there is truth.
Let's go to this category. Because we've done a lot of the other. I'll do this one. This is another name that dictator. And when we do this on a real TV show, lights will flash up. We name that dictator. It'll be so fun.
Hold on. I just remembered when you said name that dictator, I said Obama. So I actually got it right. 7 points.
Oh, wow. That's a 2-pointer? Oh, my God. That's amazing. Again, multiple choice question. This leader would require school children to wear a uniform that had a giant picture of his face on it and would arrest all who refused. Was it A, Jean-Baptiste Bokassa, B, Silvio Berlusconi, C, Joseph Stalin, D, Jesse Ventura?
Eleanor.
Stalin.
No.
Incorrect.
Damn it.
I'm going Berlusconi.
That is incorrect. Ron, tell everybody who this psychopath was.
It was Jean Bedel Bokassa. I might be mispronouncing that, but yeah, that's who it was.
Ooh.
No, Berlusconi was.
It was Jesse Ventura. You all missed it.
As governor of the when he was mayor of St. Paul, Minnesota, he yeah, Silvio Berlusconi was
It sounds like something he would do.
Well, yeah, I didn't think Stalin because I think they didn't have wheat, so I figured they didn't have uniforms with his face.
Well, the ones who had uniforms.
But yeah, Berlusconi was a psychopath. He would have done it. I think if he thought of it.
He was too busy doing coke and strippers.
Right.
Yeah, he was too busy going up to journalists, be like, write this article about my sex life. I'm really good at it. My doctor said I'm really good at this. Print that. It needs to be in the news. Do I own this one? I'm good at sex. Everyone needs to know this.
I always figured Trump watched Berlusconi and was like, this guy's got it right.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, big time. Big time. He's like, this, yeah.
This is like he got his Berlusconi's campaign manager, and he's like, "Let's just run this ticket. This is the way to go."
Well, Trump did something similar. I mean, Trump did the similar thing, and Berlusconi was probably over there like, he stole my thing. Like, totally stole that from Berlusconi.
I'm pretty sure that was Luigi.
Luigi was the OG Berlusconi.
No, Wario was the OG Berlusconi.
Yeah.
Wario?
I just told you about Wario.
Wario was the bad guy.
You held up an image of Wario yesterday.
Okay, hold on. The bad guy's name is Wario. Get the fuck out of here with that. That's ridiculous.
And his last name,
guys.
His last name is also Brothers.
Well,
that's a crazy family.
Holidays are so weird with them.
Oh, it's got to be
They're just like the mom's like, I made mushrooms, and they're like, oh shit, again. All right.
Hey, you think Wario's weird? There was a dinosaur named Yoshi that shat eggs. So you haven't heard the half of it.
No, I haven't.
All right. New category. Is this a religious law or a state law? I will ask what it is, and you pick religious or state. If you get it correct, you pick if it's state law, which state it's in. If it's a religious law, what religion it's in or book. And again, of course, if you get that wrong, then the other contestant has a chance to pick up the point. No one can feed garbage to pigs without first obtaining a permit.
Eleanor.
State.
Eleanor, that is correct. You just got a point.
Oh,
To
man.
get a bonus point, Eleanor, which state has that law?
State with a lot of pigs, so North Carolina.
Eleanor, that is incorrect.
Ooh.
Lee, a chance to get a point back.
Let's see. A state with a lot of police. Georgia.
That is incorrect. Ron, tell our fine contestants, which state has this law that says no one can feed garbage to pigs without first obtaining a permit?
Y'all were in the wrong region. It's actually Arizona.
Wow.
Yeah. Kind of random, but that is an Arizona law.
Where I went to college, Arizona, and I did not obtain permits to feed pigs.
You just did it for fun at night when nobody was looking.
Love
Yeah,
it.
it was a gag. We were in college. We were just looking for kicks. You know, it was crazy.
It was a hazing ritual for years. And one time at the reunion, they're like, we never got a permit. We never did it.
We didn't care.
Wow, we were so crazy.
Eat it. Ron, explain our score. What just happened? Eleanor picking up a point.
Ron, explain the number of things we're seeing.
Lee Camp has 5 points. Eleanor has 4 points. So now it is truly anyone's match. It is a 1-point game. That second glass of wine is working wonders for Eleanor Graham. And Lee sleeping a little bit at the wheel here. It's a 1-point game. The
hold on a
lead
second. Okay. I'm going.
Lee also had his halftime check-in. And now it's really anyone's game. Excited to see what happens next, Graham. I mean, this is really what the sport is all about, Graham. This is what it's all about right here. I mean, this is why we get up in the morning, Graham. This is why, this is why we're not on speaking terms with our children, Graham. I mean, this right here. I mean, this is what it's all about.
Are blitzes allowed?
Of course,
Sure.
on any down.
Blintzes?
Yeah. Cheese blitzes are allowed as well, Eleanor. Whatever you want. You can blitz the quarterback. You can make a breakfast treat. You can do whatever you need to do.
Oh, it's a hand egg reference. Okay. I didn't understand that.
She calls football hand egg.
Because
She's kind of from another planet. Do you ever see that sitcom Third Rock from the Sun?
No.
She's
No, I'm Swedish. There's a difference. And around the world, it's football because it's foot and ball.
Mhm.
The shape of the ball in American football is an egg shape, and you don't touch it with your fucking feet, so it's hand egg. Is what So what is it called? A blitz?
blitz.
It's, yeah.
Like the war term, blitzkrieg.
Wow, that's dark.
Yeah, the whole thing is like, oh yeah, they bombed it. It's all war terms. The gridiron, it's all.
And the NFL and football in general is to just get young boys to join the military. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Surprise.
It's
slightly less traumatic brain injury in the military.
so it's another thing that makes America the best country in the world.
Graham, I think
All
your
right.
picture might have froze.
Yeah, Graham, you're frozen.
You're
Frozen.
frozen. Don't talk to me that way. Hold on a second. Let me try.
You're the musical.
It's a nice freeze frame, though.
It is. Yeah, you got a nice smile. It's very, very game show centric.
Oh, right.
He just left now.
Is it?
I'm done.
Is it possible he was just standing still?
in that moment, and he was just like doing a ventriloquism thing. Like, he's like, how is he talking with his face like that this entire time? Well, what do you all? While we're waiting on him to come back in, what do you all have coming up? Is there anything exciting in the land of Lee Camp and Eleanor Goldfield?
There is over here. Eleanor, you have an EP coming out.
I do. May Day, my EP is coming out.
Her first.
So that'll be.
Her
So
first.
is that music or what's?
Her first solo album, but and so that's gonna be incredible. But Ron, I know you're a music fan. You should also check out her old band, Rooftop Revolutionaries.
Oh yeah, I think I saw you guys did a Zeitgeist Media Festival one year, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I definitely saw y'all perform at one of them, and yeah, I definitely got to check out more of that stuff. So absolutely,
Hey!
Graham's back.
Hey,
There wouldn't be a political vigilante show without some goddamn tech problem. Let's get going.
Graham, unfortunately, while you were gone, you got 3 questions incorrect.
Oh,
You have
So
-3 now.
Well, the good news is anything can happen. So
Anything can happen. One question, Graham's back in this thing.
all right, let's go. Let's stick with religious law or state law. It is a misdemeanor to sell, barter, or offer the fur of a domestic dog or cat.
Lee.
Can't raise your hand if you don't know.
They said you could raise your hand during the question. I'm just going by their rules. I'm going to go state law.
Lee Camp, that is correct. You have a 2-point lead again. To extend the lead and make it not as anything can happen like, what state?
There's 50 possibilities here, Graham.
Can you tell me again
It's a misdemeanor to sell, barter, or offer the fur of a domestic dog or cat.
Maine.
Incorrect. Eleanor, chance to get back to a 1-point deficit. Which state has the following law? It's a misdemeanor to sell, barter, or offer the fur of a domestic dog or cat.
Montana.
It's a good choice. It's a good choice.
Good choice, but Ron, tell her and Lee why Lee's answer was the correct region.
It was the correct region because the answer is Delaware.
Delaware.
So Biden was trading in cat fur. And
You know what?
to be stopped.
Well, the legend has it is that he would take the Amtrak train and then trade cat fur at every stop, and that's why they had to. That's why they had to have that law.
Yeah, and then he would sniff the fur.
Oh.
And there's videos of all this, but we can't see them because it's on Hunter's laptop. So a lot of stuff we're all missing.
Actually, it's been released, but Twitter won't let anyone share it.
All right. All right. Religious law or state law? You can't plant more than one kind of seed in a field.
Lee.
Religious.
Lee Camp, that is correct. Now, which religion or religious document is that in?
The infidels will burn in a fiery hell. Oh, I need to name a religion?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that a metaphor?
So I can name the document? No.
Yes.
New Testament.
That is correct. Lee Camp.
Yeah, we would have. Bible's fine. So yeah.
Yeah, you can say Bible.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
So
Eleanor,
Lee picked up 2 on that one.
Lee picked up 2, so he's up.
Wow.
He's up 8-4.
Well done.
Is that right?
I mean, anything can happen, guys.
Yeah, it was 6-4. So yeah, it should be now 8-4. Lee picked up 2 points. Eleanor, you trail by 4 points.
I feel good about it.
Anything can happen.
Anything could happen, but Lee's really back in this thing, Graham. That line of cocaine he did was a game changer.
Ron, we've seen both of our contestants tonight. Whenever they get some booze or coke, it really ramps up the gameplay. So maybe cook up some meth between this next question.
Well, I just stabbed some heroin in my dick, so.
Oh, heroin dick on tap on the next political vigilante game show.
This is what it's all about, Graham. This is what it's all about. This is why folks keep tuning in. This is what makes the game right here. Right here. This is what the game's made of, you know.
That's what they do.
It's heroin into the dick, a little bit of grass, a little bit of turf, and a lot of bit of dreams. That's what this is.
Thank you, Coach Placone. Those are good words to live by. Next question. Let's see. Here we go.
Suspense.
You can't kill a burglar during the day.
Oh, I remember hearing this.
Let's call that a handout.
Yeah, let's go. Eleanor.
You got a 50-50 shot.
State.
Ooh, that is incorrect.
Damn it.
Really?
Yes.
Scientology.
No, that is incorrect. Ron,
Damn it.
tell our contestants where that statement is found, that rule?
So that is actually a law in the Bible.
Really?
You can't kill a burglar. Yep. You can't kill a burglar during the day.
Does that mean you can kill people, but they don't count as burglars? Or if they burgle, you can't kill them?
That's a great question.
Lee, I've tried to apply logic to the Bible in the past, and I just ended up pissing myself. So I don't know.
Interpret as you wish. Everyone else does.
It's true. It's true.
Well, if a burglar broke into my place during the day and I kill him, I just say he didn't steal that. That was a gift. And I killed him for another reason.
Yeah. I killed a friend during the day. That's totally fine. That's fine.
Who doesn't want to murder a friend during the day? You know what I mean? All right. Next question. Eleanor, you have a chance here to pick up 2 quick points, putting you back in the driver's seat. All right. You can't fart in a public place after 6 p.m. on Thursdays.
What the fuck?
Religious law or state law?
Eleanor.
State.
That's correct, Eleanor. And what state do you think would have this law?
Because it would have been phrased, "Thou shalt not passest gas."
On dusk after the 4th night or whatever they'd call it. I don't know.
God.
Passeth foul air.
I'll say Louisiana.
Ooh, good choice.
Well, a lot of
That's
that
an
Cajun food that gets
Cajun food.
that gets really heavy quick. So you know, you eat like really
listen,
spicy
people
jambalaya.
aren't wanting to hang out on Bourbon Street as much, and we need the tourists here.
And why? I don't know why Thursday's the that's the day. Like,
Thirsty Thursday.
Well, I want to know, really what we want to know is what was going on in public before this law was passed. That they were like, this is enough.
this on Thursdays are just out of control. We need a new law on the books. Lee, to pick up a point, which state has this amazing law?
It's not Louisiana.
Louisiana is incorrect. Eleanor picked up a point, but could not get the bonus point.
Everyone's assuming it must be the South. Missouri.
That is incorrect. Ron, tell them what the most obvious state. What's the craziest state in
Texas or Florida?
It's Florida. Yeah, it's Florida. You know what's funny? I saw this thing on the history of manners once. Like I watched this kind of short documentary about it, and it actually, the whole thing of like, oh, don't fart in public, don't burp in public and stuff like that, it can all be traced back to women told men that it was grossing them out. Like that's how we have manners in general. Like that's actually true.
Right.
Like we would just do it. Dudes would just do it all the time. And then women were like, hey, that's kind of gross. Can you maybe not do that and do that in private? And we're like, oh, I guess maybe we shouldn't do that because we want to.
I heard another podcast where spitting had become so common in like New York City that it was like everywhere you went, you had like up to your shins and spit. Like, and it like got to the point there. I don't know whether it was a law or something they passed. Like they had to tell people like, look, everybody's up to our knees in spit. Like,
oh, that's disgusting. Well, another thing that should be celebrated during Women's History Month.
Florida was just ahead of the times.
For once.
Yeah.
All right. Eleanor picked up a point. She trails by 3. We're getting down to the wire here. We're going to go to another religious law or state law?
Are we allowed to ice the kicker?
You do have 3 timeouts.
For wine timeouts.
Wine timeouts.
That I understand. Kicker?
Oh, that's a tough one. Yeah, if you're gonna explain American football to someone, don't start there. Like work into that. Like, so explain American football to me while icing the kicker. Like, no, let's not start with that one.
American football is the most complex. It's the hardest game to explain to somebody.
That's
Yeah,
why
it
I
really
don't
is.
bother watching.
You guys are treading on thin ice. Okay. My great grandfather invented American football. His name's Walter Camp, really. And you can look him up in Wikipedia. He's called the grandfather or godfather of football. And so half of those rules he came up with.
I like the game. I'm just saying it's hard to explain.
So
he came up with the down system, the point system, the yards, I think the forward pass. Like,
wow. Are you like some crazy Mayflower blue blood or something like that, Lee? How is that?
He is.
a little bit. We do have Nellie Washington was Washington's niece, and we have her hand towel in our house.
What?
It's like signed by her.
Because you used to sign your hand towels. That's the thing people did.
They used to be nicer than they are now.
Wow. So is your house haunted as a result?
There is a giant cardboard cutout of Lee circa 2000 that his parents keep that's absolutely fucking terrifying.
I can attest to all of that.
It's
terrible.
like larger than life. And when the first time that I slept over there, I wake up in the middle of the night and there's like a 6-foot giant head of Lee Camp staring at me.
She doesn't mean larger than life like cool. She means
I mean literally larger than life.
Twice life size.
Scary, weird parade float come to life sci-fi horror movie.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So a little bit of a Ramsad.
Ramsad.
Ramsad. Yep.
All right. Next question. All right, here we go. During a marriage, a husband is required to maintain and support his wife.
Lee.
I say religion.
Lee Camp, that is correct.
Because none of our states would ever pass that law.
Although wasn't there like abandonment laws in some states where a man like can't abandon his wife because she wasn't allowed to make money?
That's
so
true.
He couldn't like.
That's true, but they don't need him to support her in general.
No, of course not. Why would you?
Okay, so religion, Judaism.
Lee Camp, that is incorrect.
Damn it.
Eleanor, a chance to pick up a point. Which religion?
Christianity.
That is incorrect. Ron, explain does this religious law exist?
That is a Sharia law. That is Sharia law.
Sounds horrifying.
All right.
I
Lee
think
picked
it's
up
very telling that we thought that it could be either Judaism or Christianity.
There is stuff about the spousal
know.
shit in the.
Hey, look, all three of those main religions are incredibly sexist.
Exactly.
So yeah, you could have picked any one of them.
That's what I'm saying. I think I should get a half point for that.
And all of the 50 states. You could have picked any one of any of the religions, or all of the 50 states probably have some version of some old sexist nonsense. All right. Let's go to
The helicopter stopped.
all right, politician or song lyrics?
It's my favorite.
Oh my god.
Despite all my rage, I am still just a rat in a cage.
Eleanor.
Song lyrics.
That is correct.
That's correct. And then, of course, you get another point if you say who it was.
I know it.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
I just lost it. Oh
Eleanor,
my god.
this is your chance to climb back in to a position where anything is possible.
Nope, I just lost it. My brain just totally fucking. What are you doing?
Okay. Try to give you a hint.
Oh no, just take it because I know it. It's just totally.
You don't want to
lost.
just guess any band.
Guess a band.
No.
Just defiantly not getting the point.
I think she's more. I think she's ashamed of being wrong, so she'd rather not be wrong.
No, because I was just about to I raised my hand and I was like, oh my god, I got this, and then my brain was like, I'm checking out. We're done.
Smashing Pumpkins.
Yes.
Lee Camp, that is correct. You each get a point.
Damn it. You know, and he gave.
Did you get it?
Now I get it, but you know what? He worked at the same studio that I worked at. Billy Corrigan.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, did he seem like he had a lot of rat in the cage rage?
Well, he had to duck to get into the studio because he was in Studio A and there was like a low thing and he would sometimes hit his head on it and he was really pissed off about it. They also met the studio ghost.
So he did feel like a rat in a cage.
I didn't really ask him, but on second thought, maybe I should have. Then I would have fucking remembered.
There's a studio ghost?
There was a studio ghost, yes, at the Village Studios in Los Angeles. It's built in an old Masonic temple, and there are several studio ghosts.
Oh my
One
God.
of which interrupted the Smashing Pumpkins recording session.
How?
There was like a little kid that in one of the big rooms where they record drums because they wanted like a live drum sound. This kid kept running across the recording area, and it was like 3 a.m. And so the drummer stops mid take and like, yells down to the control room because there's no one else in that room. He's all on, mics and stuff. And he's like, somebody's kid just ran across while I was trying to record. And the engineer's like, okay, well, I'll check with the front desk. Front desk's like, no one's kid is here. It's like 3 a.m. So they start the take up again. And then same thing happens. And it happens like 2 more times. And finally the drummer's like, fuck this, throws his sticks down and just like leaves. And then in the morning, everyone's trying to figure out like, well, what happened? We don't understand. And it just, then several people, say like, oh yeah, that's just the ghost. That shit happens all the time.
That explains why that band never got along very well. I mean, that's crazy. They always had a lot of problems. They've always had, they're just like, look, we had our beefs in Chicago. We go out to the West Coast, getting some California sun, and there's this kid haunting our drum sessions.
Also, it also explains the in that song Tonight why it was a pitter patter of little feet in the background for the whole song.
They were going to give him a credit, but they were like, it'd be too weird.
Don't know.
People would ask too many questions.
It's also like, I kind of feel like that's what you get for recording in a Masonic temple.
I agree.
It's just whatever shit they're into. All right, let's do final question. Lee has the lead.
But anything could happen.
Really, it's the final question.
Here's the final question.
Well, this is a 7-point question.
Yeah, I could just do that. If Eleanor gets these right, it's tied. No matter what. Who said this? Is this politician or song lyric? There's an old saying in Tennessee. I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee.
Eleanor.
Politician.
That's correct, Eleanor. You got a point to get the bonus point, which is worth 3.
George W.
Congratulations, Eleanor. You just boom, shakalaka. That was amazing. Way to come in strong at the end. A little put a little wine in there.
And anything has happened.
Anything has happened. You've drank wine and done blow and talked about Mason lodges. I mean, this is anything happening in real time.
You know, Graham, I mean, this is the type of game you learn obscure knowledge about 90s bands that you never knew before. And that's just something that's worth a lifetime. And that's just why we do what we do here, Graham. That's why we do what we do.
Yeah, that's what makes it amazing, Ron. And we're just
it makes it more than a game, Graham. More than a game. It's a way of life, not a game.
More than a feeling.
And more than a feeling. Yeah.
And more than a feeling.
Well, folks, that is our show. That is making it exciting at the end, ladies and gentlemen. Another episode of the Political Vigilante Game Show. Our final score, I believe, is 10-8.
Yeah, 10-8.
10-8. So we need
close
a
one.
Score. She picked up 2 points on that one.
Is that the closest one we've had? Is this the wait? It was really close the last time too. But was this the second closest?
Lee 10, Eleanor 8. Yeah, this is. The last one was pretty close. Came down to 1 point, I think.
Okay. Because 2 of them were blowouts. 2 like pretty big blowouts. And then the last one was
did not happen.
Things happened.
Oh, okay.
But it was not all left on the field.
I don't know if I should wait till later to ask this, but do I get to keep the wardrobe or is this?
Yeah, you absolutely get to keep the wardrobe.
Cool.
And I love that shirt. And so the big winner
That's a nice shirt.
So Ron, who are our contestants who won?
Bill Nye, the highest guy, won. I think he might have won in the past too.
Has he
really?
You're on a streak, Bill Nye.
Well, I always going to say I'm going to mail out rice-a-roni or top ramen, and I haven't yet. So I kind of feel like that's the running gag is you're not going to really get anything in the mail. I'm just going to say that you are. So
you're going to mail him a Nissan Leaf, a slightly dented Nissan Leaf.
You just won a 3-wheel Nissan Leaf sent you on a truck because they sold the battery and scrapped it.
You know, this can't hold a charge, but it's good to go.
This is the kind of game, Graham, you know, you're playing for honor and you're playing for the chance that you might go to the dollar store and think about buying and sending something. And that's what it's all about. We leave it all out on the field.
It really is. Literally anything can happen, like me not mailing a prize I said I was going to. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. So yeah, I think I'm going to keep the trend going of never really mailing out the prizes to anybody. I'm going to keep that going unless we get like a real sponsor, which, hey, I'll do that. We get a real sponsor.
Rice-a-roni, are you listening?
Hello,
We've given you like 2 plugs.
A lot of plugs,
nothing coming our way. Just, I notice it.
So
tell you what, Rice-a-roni.
It's a one-way relationship. Come on, Rice-a-roni. Can we get a little reach around or what?
You know, a little happy ending, Rice-a-roni. You know what I mean? If you want me to send out some of your stuff, maybe we send a little check my way. You know what I mean? Daddy gets a little taste. I'm not greedy, just a little something wet my beak. You know what I mean? Ron,
where's our San Francisco treat? Is what we're saying. Step it up, Rice-a-roni.
Well, I really want to thank our wonderful contestants, Eleanor Goldfield and Lee Camp. Eleanor, tell everybody where they can follow you, anything to check out, your movie or whatever else online.
Yeah, you can find all of my stuff at artkillingapathy.com, and I'm at Radical Eleanor on Instagram, on Twitter. So yeah.
Outstanding. Thank you so much for playing. And Lee Camp, tell us about everything you're doing, including the demonetization podcast called Government Secrets.
So I did an interview where someone had me on to interview me, and they told me I had destroyed Graham Elwood's channel. And I'm just trying to figure out, are we certain it was Government Secrets that did this to you? Or was it 72 episodes of Epstein coverage?
Was it saying round up the billionaires? And I don't know if that had anything to do with it. I don't know.
This will be a future question, and we'll accept any answer. It's just D, all the above, or just shout one of them. 2 points.
So yes, I have a great podcast called Government Secrets, and then I also have another great podcast with Eleanor Goldfield called Common Censored. And all my other stuff, like the TV show Redacted Tonight, is at leecamp.com.
Outstanding. Eleanor and Lee, thank you guys so much for playing. I know it's getting a little late out there. We very much appreciate it. So
thank you guys.
So long, everybody.
Be well.
Ron, how about that?
The fun one, man. The close one. Close one. This is what it's all about.
It's what it's.
Thank you for the compliments on the haircut, everybody in the chat. I appreciate it very much.
Your hair looks amazing.
You got a haircut too.
Yeah, I got nice and cleaned up.
You know what, man? I have a new thing now because I moved not too terribly long ago during the pandemic, and so my old hairstylist, we had a good run, but I'm not going to go all the way out to Pasadena to get a haircut. So, but I have a friend who is a hair person, and he came out to where I live in San Pedro, and he was just like, "Wow, you live." There's like the beach and stuff. We're just going to make this a thing. I'm just going to come to you and cut your hair whenever you want me to. We can do it outdoors. I don't care. So I just opened up my garage. We had a socially, well, not totally distanced because he had to cut my hair, but we were masked up, careful. And the garage door was open. And he's like, yeah, we could just do this all the time. Like, we don't have to ever change this. And I'm like, great. You're hired.
Dude, that's the best. A beachside garage haircut.
Right?
I think it's fantastic.
And that's the name of my new band. The Beachside Garage Haircuts.
And where do they get their influences from?
Smashing Pumpkins. Only when they record at the Masonic Temple. We learn here.
The haunted tapes.
The haunted tapes.
That was a crazy story. That haunted shit.
That was a cool story. Now I'm probably gonna look more. I'm probably gonna look this up online to read more about it. I'm probably gonna do that before I go to bed.
I'm amazed you didn't know that story.
No, I'm not. I mean, I like the Pumpkins. I'm not like one of the diehard super Smashing Pumpkins fans. Like I know the obvious. I know Siamese Dream. I know Melancholy. But then and then I used to be into Gish a lot more when I was younger. But years have gone by or whatever. But outside of those three, I'm not like a super big Pumpkins connoisseur. So,
all right. Let's read. I know what we're gonna do a quick round of
quick round, man. We got a quick round. Yeah. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
You go first. Give me one.
I think you're gonna get this one, man. This is so these are song lyrics, Graham. And
well, let's just explain this. This is a new kind of category. We're kind of test running it. We did it last week when our contestants we couldn't get them lined up, but it's. So Ron's very knowledgeable about music. I'm very knowledgeable about films, and we're each going to quiz the guy on the category that on the thing he doesn't know. And it's like you should know this. It's an obvious movie quote or it's an obvious band lyric. You should know this is the name of this. So last week we did. So it was Jethro Tull and Apocalypse Now.
Mm-hmm. And we did a couple rounds. It was Apocalypse Now, Jethro Tull, The Clash. And then what was your other one? I'm drawing a blank now.
My other one was. I forget what it was.
Well, it's on my list of things I need to see.
Yeah.
I think it was The Notebook. I'm pretty sure. It was something for The Notebook.
It was The Notebook. Absolutely. It was absolutely The Notebook.
But I got a fun one for you tonight. All right. I'm gonna read the lyrics. And I think you're gonna get this one. This is right. I know this is one that but I woke up in a Soho doorway. A policeman knew my name. He said, you can go sleep at home tonight if you can get up and walk away. I staggered back to the underground and the breeze blew back my hair. I remember throwing punches around and preaching from my chair.
Is that Lou Reed?
No. I'll give you a hint. If I said sometimes the verses, they're so like it's one of those things. I've heard this song a billion times in my life, but I still had to read the lyrics just to be totally on point. But if I did the chorus, you would for sure know it.
Well, it's talking about New York City. So it's I should know
potentially.
Well, it says a Soho thing, right?
Soho might not mean New York City. I woke up in a Soho doorway. A policeman knew my name. He said, you can go sleep at home tonight. You can get up and walk away. I staggered back to the underground. The breeze blew back my hair. I remember throwing punches around and preaching from my chair.
Underground. So maybe this is London. It's the real original South Soho.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So British band talking about London, riding the train. I mean, I want to say the Rolling Stones, but
warmer. Let me see the comments if people are going nuts.
No, I can't look at the comment section.
No, I said me, not you.
Oh.
Yeah, people know.
That's the point. The point of this game is like, who can make people flip out more in the live chat is really what this is, because the live chat is everyone just going,
well, I'll put it, I mean, yeah, once you give up, I'm just going to sing the chorus and you're for sure going to like, know.
The who?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Because then the chorus goes, who are you? Who? I really want to know.
Right. I woke up in a Soho doorway and a
policeman knew my name. They said you can go sleep at home tonight if you can get up and walk away. And you know, fun fact about that song, sometimes that is the one song where you will see an FCC violation every time you hear it on classic rock radio, because at one point in that song, and it's totally audible, he does yell, "Who the fuck are you?" And a lot of times they just don't bleep it. It's just one of those songs, like it was just sort of overlooked, but he totally like at one point you can hear Daltrey and he goes, "Who the fuck are you?" And they
the chat goes, and they call it tone deaf, which is when David Spade was doing Weekend Tonight in the 90s. He made fun of a Cindy Crawford. She had a Revlon ad or something where she was trying to sing and it was brutal. And he goes, and they call it tone deaf. And I think they're talking about you and I singing.
It happens.
All right. Graham supported wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. That's nice. That's nice. I went there to entertain the military. Fantastic. All right. Ron, here's one. Okay. You should know this. Of all the souls I have known, his was the most human.
Oh, man, I do know this one. Shit. Of all the souls I've known him. All right. Can you give me like a hint just about the film or something?
It's in a big franchise. Like, it's the second of like 6 movies or 5 or 6 movies. I forget now.
Of all the souls I've known, his was the most human. Is that Batman? No. Shit. Oh man, I've definitely, I'm pretty certain I have seen this movie, and I'm pretty certain as soon as you say it, I'm gonna be like, yes.
The chat knows it. The chat knows it for sure. So
of course
don't look
they
at the
do.
chat.
Of
The
course,
chat
no, I won't look. I will look. I think I'm having that brain fart moment similar to Eleanor, where it's like I for sure do know this, but of all the souls I've known, his was the most human, and it's his. Is that right? His was the most human?
Of all the souls I have ever known, his was the most human.
Oh, geez. And it's a franchise, and there's 5 or 6 movies. Oh, man. 5 or 6.
I mean, it's sort of the
Star Trek. Star Trek.
That's correct.
Kirk said that is Wrath of Khan.
That's what, dude? Awesome. That was fantastic.
Because he said that about Spock. when I won't say anything else because I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but he said that about Spock at the very powerful moment in Wrath of Khan that, of course, later got resolved in the following movie.
Search for Spock. Absolutely.
Right. Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, this is how Shatner reads that line. He goes, of all the souls I've known, his was the most human. He holds back because he's about to cry because it's Spock's funeral. Yeah. And everyone in the chat was going, Scott, because that's what he just said.
You know, my wife told me, and this was actually before we were married. She told me she never actually saw a Star Trek movie. And so I'm like, well, we got to watch them. And I figured, like, you don't have to go in order. So I told her that my two favorites out of like the original movie, series was 2, Wrath of Khan, and then 6. I think 6 is a pretty killer movie. And you don't need to know a ton of backs. You can just kind of fill them in and they'll be able to follow the movie. So we watched Wrath of Khan and she dug it, but then we tried to watch 6 and she just wasn't into it. I forget what 6 is called. It's the one where they befriend the Klingons, but then they don't because they frame Kirk for something, or Kirk is framed. Kind
of forgetting now.
I forget the title of the movie. I like it, but I guess it was like maybe too much. Like you have to know a little more about the Star Trek and the history with the Klingons and stuff. But yeah.
The interesting thing about Star Trek II Wrath of Khan. So the first one, Star Trek, the motion picture, came out, and it was like, it's the first time they had ever done a big, they brought the series to life, or brought the series to the big screen, because Star Trek, the TV series, was only on for 3 seasons, I believe. And then it got a new life and reruns in the 70s. And so they did Star Trek, the motion picture, which looked cool, but it was really boring. And I remember when it came out, it was just like, it was all these special effects that they were just kind of showing off, but it had no story. So they're like, Star Trek 2, we're like, let's get back to what Star Trek is all about. Fighting people in space, just thriller. And so Ricardo Montalban, he was in the original series as Khan on this episode, I think called The Seed. And they brought that back, and it's brilliant. So the backstory, which was such a tip of that, and it was such great fan service, because the diehard fans of the series were like, oh, they're bringing back this guy from that one episode, and it was so. It also, Star Trek II Wrath of Khan, ruffled some people who were purists to Gene Roddenberry, the creator, because they put those in the series in Wrath of Khan. Khan puts these weird, like,
in Chekhov's ear,
people's ear in Chekhov's ear. And when it comes out, Spock just kills it. And some people got mad because they're like, Roddenberry very much stressed that this was a science mission. This wasn't a military. The Enterprise and the Federation was about science and exploration, and to boldly go where no man has gone before. And so some diehards were mad at that, because they're like, the scientists would have grabbed that animal and studied it, not just killed it. So there was a little bit of a controversy within some of the Star Trek universe, within even some of the producers and writers, which is an interesting story. But Wrath of Khan is like such a great Star Trek movie. It's, in my opinion, like the best one, because when
I saw that as a kid, like, I mean, you're bringing up the Chekhov thing. Whenever I got like an ear infection or something, it would have, like, I would always think of that movie and just be like, oh man, I mean, that was such a powerful scene. So,
and Ricardo Montalban is such a great villain, because he's just consumed with rage and revenge.
Yeah.
He's like, well, Admiral Kirk, he like goes nuts when he finds out that Kirk got promoted from captain to admiral. It's so awesome. And Kirk is feeling old, and it's that one is like the quintessential.
Well, and in a way, Khan wins in a weird way, because didn't Admiral Kirk then get demoted back down to captain after that? So
he defied orders.
So they demoted him. He was captain after that.
Wrath of Khan's a fantastic movie. Oh my God.
Yes, that's a killer movie.
Such a great movie. Well, let's read a couple. Unless you want to do another round.
That's all I have for tonight.
all you
So
had. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
let's do one and done for the post game show ones.
All right, we'll read the. We'll see if there's any. We'll read the tips over on Rockfin. First of all, Doc Terminus, Shave Your Knuckles with Justice. Thank you so much. My favorite show. Thanks, Graham. Bill Nye, the highest guy. I want Lee to pay for me. Well, we made that happen. Robert Swanick. Boom. Robert, thank you so much for supporting the show. Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. Karen Gamer Riviera. We appreciate you. And I appreciate all of you. Especially since I've been demonetized, folks. I get no ad rev. I'm completely supported by you, the viewer. So whichever way you can do it. Liking and subscribing and sharing, and those free ways are great. But like if you can sign up for the Rockfin, it's $10 a month for the premium. You get my content, Ron's, Lee's, Whitney Webb, Jimmy, Status Coup, like all these people, Dave Anthony. And then you've got the patreon.com. You get a lot of bonus content and Patreon as well. And then of course the PV, the Political Vigilante merch store is open. So go to GrahamElwood.com. So thank you for that. Mira Maxwell, definitely a lot of great hair tonight. So I want to start early lobbying for Graham to sing us a song from Hair as Shatner. Oh, I'll do that at the very end. I'll do that at the very end for you. Matt S., thank you for supporting the Political Vigilante Game Show with Rod Placeld and our winner tonight, Lee Camp, defeating Eleanor Goldfield. Lucky Burrito Art and Music. Thank you, Matt S. Lucky Burrito Art Music. When I was 10 and my brother was 2, I would dress him up as Alex Trebek clown. He would dance in crazy clothes and stockings on his head when Jeopardy was on commercial. Neville the Devil, the leader of the socialist ferrets and cats and hats watching. Pow, 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 pew, pew. Yes, thank you so much. This is the #1 show watched by ferrets and cats and hats. Eleanor Corley, she wanted to play for Eleanor. Sechimore Cardarella, 9th, pick me. Thank you so much. Truth Addict, thank you, Truth Addict. We appreciate it. Annabelle Corley, this game show proves without a doubt America is #1 in game shows. The world take note. Yes, we are, Annabelle, and I hope things are good for you down under. Costello, Shave Your Knuckles, thank you. You're making Gotham great again. Michael Zubas Jr., what's up? Good to see you, brother. Zubas. Hey, dude, that was super cool. Thanks for that. Now I want to be a contestant. LOL. Please do this after live shows when you guys can tour again. I think it would be really fun, and you can actually give the winners 1 cup of noodle, as Graham can say. What do we look like? We got MSNBC contract.
We might have to, yeah. What we might have to do is we might have to try in a couple cities. I mean, I don't think we'll be able to do it everywhere right away, but maybe in like a handful of cities, we'll do 2 nights and do the game show 1 night.
I love that idea, especially like you said, we can't do it every night, but like when we're in DC, we'll have Lee and Eleanor, and make that a night and make that a full show.
Yeah, we can do it.
It would be so much fun to do this in front of a live audience. What a blast. So we will absolutely, when we go back on tour, we will be doing this live, the game show live. And like Ron said, we'll do maybe 1 night stand-up, 1 night game show.
Yeah, well, doing all of it in 1 night would just be too much. That'd be like a 5-hour show.
Oh, I'd fucking collapse. There's no
That'd
way.
be too much. That'd be too much for the audience. That'd be too much for us. People's butts would fall asleep.
Yeah, and it's also fun to do it in like nights. Yeah, in some cool cities that we wanted to spend several days in, to do cool shit during the day, or even put a night off between. Whatever, we'll definitely be doing not in every city, but we'll absolutely do that. So that the People's Game Show, keep this up. Please be safe. Absolutely, Michael Zubas again. Thank you, Michael. Good to see you. Melissa H. What's up, Melissa? Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. I think it would be more fair if Ron sang the lyrics. We associate quotes with film, but not hearing lyrics read by someone. Well,
maybe. I don't know. That puts...
I think it gives too much of an advantage because, like, last week, I didn't talk like Marlon Brando. I didn't talk like Shatner in this one because I think that gives too much away. Just like singing the song.
Yeah, if you would have done Shatner, I would have right away.
Immediately. So or if I would have gone, you're an assassin sent by grocery clerks to collect. You'd be like, all right.
Actually, you kind of did do that, and I still had a brain. I still just totally was like, wait a second.
So yeah, it's a decent suggestion, Melissa, but I think it probably tips it too much. I think, but I'm glad you guys are having suggestions with the game show. El Mariano, great show. I love the idea of people worth listening to category. Yes, Ron.
Yeah,
Great
idea,
right?
Yeah, we'll get that started for next time. People worth listening to, or / shit you weren't taught in school, shit you should have read in school.
And there's another, and I might write this category because I did it like a year ago. It's a lot of fun. Is who said this? Supervillain or or politician. Yeah. So I'm gonna get because I'll do that because I'm a comic, movie nerd.
Admiral.
Yeah, Admiral.
Was that a supervillain or politician?
Admiral. Admiral Kirk. Yeah.
You have failed me for the last time. Supervillain or politician? That was Hillary Clinton talking to all of us voters who let her down. Good guess, but no, Darth Vader.
And maybe that would be a fun one, as if, well, we could do multiple choice. Is that one better multiple choice? Like, was that A, Darth Vader, B, Hillary Clinton, C, the Joker, D,
Well, if we don't do it multiple choice, you get the twofer opportunity, which is always a lot of fun.
Yeah, the twofer opportunity.
The twofer opportunity is always cool when you can do it. I mean, the multiple choice you can have a lot of fun with too, but when there's a twofer, like politician or supervillain, 1 point, and then like we'll name said supervillain or politician, 2 points.
Yes. Okay. I like that. Mark B, shave your knuckles for justice. Thanks, Graham. Appreciate the show. Such a release from the shit show of life. That's why we do this game show. We were talking about it like a month or so ago, and both Ron and I were like, man, we both love doing our shows, but it's so much negative shit to talk about. I'm like, we got to have some fun doing this. Same thing. And all the contestants get to have fun. So it's just a blast. It's just laughing our asses off. So,
and you learn stuff.
Yes.
Don't record your album at a Masonic temple. And if you're going to explain American football to someone, don't start with icing the kicker. And Lee's relatives invented the game. I didn't know that.
I know, that's nuts.
I've crashed at the guy's house before. I didn't know that. He didn't bring that up. He's like, welcome here. This is, we have stuff from my great, whatever. He invented football.
I mean, we got to, like, is Lee like a skull and bones guy or something? Like, we got to investigate what's going on. Oh,
you're going to do an episode of your podcast about him.
Government secrets.
Government secrets. The Camp family.
Yeah, Lee's family. I'm going to read off this long.
Which
thing.
relative do you want to hear about? The guy that invented football or the one that came up with the seed drill? We only have an hour.
The guys that were spies for the revolution, or set up a Masonic temple with George Washington, or what happened? Climate Rebel for Life, great comic
relief. That's the part Eleanor didn't share. She didn't share that, like, no, that Masonic temple that's owned by Lee's family. That's Lee's family owns that. That makes it even weirder. That's how we met. I was working at the studio. Then he showed up and he's like, oh, my relatives, they run this place. Are there any problems? It's like, well, apparently there's this Han kid fucking with everyone. He's like, are you serious? And then we hit it off.
Yeah. And then find out that haunted kid, that ghost kid, is like Lee's great uncle or something like that.
So you learn stuff here, folks, is what we're saying.
Melissa H, thank you for supporting the show, Melissa. Can you believe that Ricardo Montalban was 61 when he made Wrath of Khan? I know, he was so great in that. The woman in the audience is wooed when we first saw him in that outfit. I know, he was he's sexy, hot, old villain, just angry but cunning, so great. He tasks me. It's so great. Melissa H, you should know this, and have audience members ask the questions and they try to stump you. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
How about next week, Ron? We'll each do a you should know this to each other, but then we'll each take one from the audience.
Yeah, well, the other one, you have to give it to me from the audience, because, I mean, that'd be too much discipline for a chat, because if I'm looking at a chat, someone's going to just type out the answer. And same vice versa. So like the person who gets the question can't be looking at the chat.
That's true.
Like you have to go to the chat for me, and I have to go to the chat for you.
Yeah. We'll do that. I like that. El Marino, you're making Gotham great again. Don't call it stuff you should have learned in school, because that was an old NPR game show category.
Oh, really? Oh, thanks for letting us know. We'll stick with people worth listening to then, and just leave it at that. Less is more. I love it. People worth listening to. That's fantastic. Well, Lee, or what's your name again? Ron? Sorry. I invented football. Show some respect. I invented it. The whole game. I came up with that. I came up with that whole. It is super. Have you ever tried to explain it to? I've tried to explain American football to my Italian cousins multiple times. I tried to explain it to a friend who was actually Swedish too. I tried to explain it to him. It is crazy hard to explain to somebody. And it's like, you can only do it while you're watching a game, because you have to just in real time. And then there's little things. They'll be like, so what? Why are they? Wait, what happened? And then it's like little things where you're just like, well, so well, wait, I thought they punt it now. Well, technically they have the option, and they're going to go for it. Well, actually, they're just trying to get the other team to go off sides. Why? Because then they get this is really, there's another commercial, and you're just like, yeah, this is intense. I get it. This is hard. It's also like all of the crazy rules. Like you realize how many, that game has so many rules. Like when I was married to a woman from Brazil, so I was trying to explain to her, and I was never that big of a soccer fan, but you watch soccer, the rules are pretty straightforward, and understanding the strategy and stuff, that takes more time, but the basic offsides, you get that. Yeah, it's pretty, yeah. I mean, it's less complicated than hockey, even. Yeah. Like soccer's definitely, and it's great. I mean, I like, football, soccer. Like I definitely like it, but I'm not a connoisseur. Like I can't really talk the game. Right. But I enjoyed it. I played it as a kid. Yeah. And it's a fun game to watch. They're great live. But American football, and you're like, okay, no one can move. And then she's like, well, why that guy moving? Well, you can have a receiver in motion. Yeah, exactly. And then, like little shit that like you're not going to think to say when you're explaining it. But then when you see it, you're just like, yeah. And then you feel like you're some kind of wizard, because you can answer all of their questions. Then you just realize it's because you grew up with this shit, and it makes no sense. And the rules change you've interviewed Justin Jackson before. I have as well. And he was telling me, he's like, dude, there's times, because they change the rules so often, there's times where we're like, oh shit, we didn't know that was a rule. Like we're on the sidelines, like, oh, I didn't know we couldn't do that anymore. All right, good to know. It's crazy. And then they're like, there's a clock, and then that guy moved, and then what's the yellow? Why are they throwing yellow paper on the field? And you're like, well, that's a pen. Is that like, it's like a yellow card, kinda? Like you're trying to explain it. Like the guy can't foul out, but if he punches someone, then they'll just kick him. Like, and then like, oh, and then you kick it. It's 3 points, but when you kick it after it's 1, it's just like, what? And it makes. There's only 2 minutes left, so this will be over soon. Not maybe not. Possibly. It depends. That really depends on a lot. Yeah. This could be another hour or 2 minutes. There's no, and I don't know what to tell you, overtime, because it's tied. Oh, but there's like stoppage time. No, it's like a whole nother. It's a whole nother thing. It's like nobody knows what it is. Well, dude, yeah, we'll do that next week. We'll each do one, and then we'll each and then we'll pick one. We'll get one from the audience. I love it. I think next week, I haven't confirmed yet, but I think next week is going to be Jordan and Jen from Status Coup. All right, cool. And then we're probably going to switch on a bi-weekly schedule, right? Or wait, no, did I say that right? What's the every other week thing? Does that mean wait, yeah. I think I said it wrong. Bi-monthly. Yeah. Yeah. Bi-weekly would mean twice a week, I think. Twice a week. Yeah. Bi-monthly, twice a month, every other week. Yes. So, and next week, I'll confirm it. My guess is we'll start early again at 6, because they're on the East Coast, just because starting at 10 o'clock is a lot for people.
So yeah, we'll do. We'll probably I'll confirm it, but probably it'll be definitely next Thursday, probably at 6, probably with Jordan and Jen. So there's a lot of that's the maybe world. But all right. Jen from Status Quo, she was sick and she's looking a lot better now, which is good.
She's doing a little better, but yeah, it's been a lot of ups and downs for her. She's been struggling with it. So
that was rough.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then we'll probably go to twice a month just because I don't know. But I'm gonna have Max and Stacey Herbert on my regular show tomorrow at 3:00 Pacific. And I bet you they'll want to come back on and play the game show because they will probably be really fun to have on the game show. So yes. All right, Ron Placone, where can people check out your stuff?
You can find me on Twitter at Ron Placone, youtube.com/Ron Placone. And of course, on the Rockfin, I am on Rockfin, Ron Placone. And of course, ronplacone.com is my website. And I will see you all on Get Your News On with Ron on Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. And of course, I'll see you guys here for the game shows. And I'll see you on the road someday, sooner than later. Hopefully.
Later. Hopefully August or
someday
September.
Soon. Yeah, someday soon. It's going to be soon.
All right, buddy. Thanks for coming on the show. Thanks for all the questions. We'll talk soon. All right, brother. Ron Placone, everybody. 3 p.m. tomorrow with my guests, Max Kaiser and Stacey Herbert from the Kaiser Report. We're going to be talking Bitcoin. We're going to be talking Bitcoin. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. And then let's find a song to sing, everybody. Let's find a song to sing. Let's make sure I got all of the tips over on rockfin.com. Mark B. Mark, thank you so much for supporting the show over on rockfin.com. I really appreciate it. Rockfin.com/Graham Elwood, everybody. That's the future. It's blockchain. It's cryptocurrency. Also, fuck YouTube. Rock on. We got your back. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. Thank you guys. It means so much to me. You know, getting demonetized from YouTube was like pretty scary. I mean, I knew it was going to happen, but it still sucks when it did. So to see everybody, so many of you go over to Rockfin, and so many of you support the show like on Venmo, PayPal, Patreon. The Patreon numbers have gone up a little bit, which is great. Rockfin numbers have gone way up. And then now a lot of you are going and buying the Political Vigilante merch at grahamelwood.com because that's just been up for the last couple of days. So it's really cool how much you support the show, and it means so much to me, which is why I want to do fun stuff like the game show and still like regular stuff too. I'm going to still do the regular stuff, but it's we all need a break and to laugh and have a good time and not just read about how shitty the world is. So that's why we're going to keep doing the game show. And I can't wait to go back on the road. So thank you all so much for the support. It's really, I literally cannot do the show without you. You, all of you, citizens of Gotham, you support the show. Without you, I don't do the show. It's done. So thank you so much. MHC, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. What's even better about these game shows for me is that fun can still be had without setting the politics aside entirely. Yeah, that's another thing too. I didn't want to be like, oh, we're not going to talk politics. That's the only way we can have fun. No, we're going to talk politics. And we're going to laugh at the absurdity of it and the craziness of it. Kind of like what Government Secrets is. You know, we talk serious stuff, but Lee and I try to joke as much as we can. Government Secrets can get a little heavy just because of the shit this country has done. But you're right. I don't want to just set politics aside. That's the only way we can have fun is we just not talk politics. I don't want to do that. So I really appreciate that you appreciate that. To me, a lot of entertainment hasn't been as effective recently because everything political is so haunting, and a lot of people don't want to talk about it in a productive way. You're so true, MHC, and that's why, like, I'm a comedian. That's why, I'm so excited to go back on the road. I was going to make a comedy special last year and put it out, but the shutdown happened. But I'm going to still do that because I want to release a 45, an hour special of political comedy. I really want to do that. I want to show people that you can still do that, because at Netflix and everybody is never going to let that happen. They'll let Dave Chappelle do it, kind of, but that's about it. And so you can laugh and be knowledgeable and learn and look at the, and if you can get somebody, I know this as a comedian, when someone doesn't agree with your policies or doesn't get it or doesn't agree with your politics and you make them laugh, they're more open to go, man, maybe you're right. When they laugh, they go, oh man, that's a good point, man. That's a good point. Because you made them laugh. You're not insulting them. You're not saying you're an idiot. You don't agree with me. Fuck you. You racist, whatever. You're just making a joke that and when they laugh, they go, oh man, you're right. Oh, that's a good point. That's how you can educate people. So that's why we're going to keep doing this political game show. And Ron and I will be back on tour and we will do this game show live. And maybe, so here's a fun idea. We go to Washington, D.C., and Ron and I do a night of stand-up. Lee drops in, does a set. The next night we do the political vigilante game show. The next night we do Government Secrets live. What do you think about that? And then maybe we do that at a couple cities, provided Lee can make it. But think about that. Talia, yes. Thank you, MHC. And thank you, everybody in the chat, especially over at the Rockfin. Crazy rules. I know we got crazy rules. Bill Nye, the highest guy, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. According to a stand-up special not allowed on American TV, Lee is related to the inventor of football and also named after Robert E. Lee. He said it was true in the special, but he could have been joking. No, I think he is. I think that is true. I believe that. I think he said that to me before. Annabelle Corley, what's up, Annabelle? So you are saying American football is as complicated as the politics? Yes, that's how we like it. Complicated and ridiculous, but just because we're used to it, we go, what's wrong with that? Yes. I'm sorry, Annabelle. It's so deliberately complicated. Oh, whoops. Sadly, that's true. All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Let's find a song. Madness is okay. It would be nice post-pandemic if you came to Canada like Lee and you can finally sing Every Sperm is Sacred than Shatner. Oh, well, Ron and I are talking about at least getting up to Vancouver when we do like Seattle. I don't know if we can get to Toronto or Montreal, but we're going to at least do Vancouver, which I know is way on the West Coast, but we're going to try. We all live in a yellow submarine. You want me to do a yellow submarine as Shatner or Eddie Vedder? Let me know in the chat. You want me to sing Yellow Submarine as Eddie Vedder or William Shatner? Maybe Shatner because we did the Wrath of Khan. That was fun. That was so fun, right? I knew Lee and Eleanor would be great. I just know who Eleanor is, but I've never met her. I'm not that as familiar with her work, obviously, but I knew she was great. She was fantastic. Is Kim Iverson having a birthday show?
Feeling stressed in your skin? Not with new Olay Retinol Body Wash, which improves skin 3 times better.
Vedder. As William Shatner, obviously. Some are saying Eddie Vedder. It looks like more votes for Shatner than Vedder. I love them both. There's no wrong answer. We'll do it as Shatner. Makes sense. We did the We did the Rathacon thing. In the town where I was born lived a man who sailed the sea, and he told his was the most human. Live long and prosper.
You've been hiding something. I sensed it the moment I met you. But only the most true will become a great
Mola. That was our show. Tune in tomorrow at 3 o'clock Pacific, 6 o'clock Eastern with Max Kaiser and Stacey Herbert from the Kaiser Report, ladies and gentlemen. Damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor, not a sailor. You green-blooded hobgoblin. Big Kale. Living large off of that Kale Street money, baby. Hi. Flying around on Kale Force One. Graham's getting sucked into the martial arts trailer. All right, everybody, that's our show. Thank you, Kate, our moderator. Thank you to everybody in the chat. Thank you, everybody watching on YouTube, Facebook, and of course, rockfin.com/Graham Elwood. Tune in tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. New videos dropping every day. All my content's on Rockfin, some of it on YouTube. Yeah, YouTube, that's what you get when you demonetize me. So you can sign up for Rockfin for free. Premium content's $10 a month, but you can get it all for free. Rockfin.com. Thank you guys so much. It's a blast. I'm glad you guys like this game show. It's been so fun to do. We will keep doing it. Boom, 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 boom.